This is John Young from the Weekend Handyman. Today we're looking at a cordless vacuum. Now this is one of the most popular cordless vacuums on Amazon, and I just got the device in here. So we're going to do an unboxing. Yay! This is from, and I'm probably not going to pronounce it right, Eufy, E-U-F-Y. So Eufy, whatever it is, E-U-F-F-Y. And basically what we're looking at today is we're looking at the RoboVac. This is the 11 Plus. Now there's an 11S that is a slimmer version, pretty much the same specs, and then the 11 Plus. 11 Plus has the upgraded version has been around for a little while on Amazon, and a lot of people have been really talking positively about it. And we actually got to play with one, and now we have our own that'll be here at the house. So it just came, and I wanted to kind of open it up. First off, the box is kind of dusty, which I guess if you buy things from Amazon, every once in a while you get that. But we'll take a look at what's in the box. Just going to set that down so it's not going to blow everywhere. We've got our instruction manual. There's not a ton of instructions and such of how this works. There is a remote control that comes with it that has some different functionality where you can set to actually have it do a pattern. You can go to a whole house mode where it basically just zips around and bounces around, and it's pretty much how we run it. Or you can have it so it does little concentric spirals and it gets a little bit bigger and bigger for spot cleaning. It's kind of cool, but didn't use that too much when we were testing the other ones. Batteries come for the remote control. I'm going to set that down. That's just a packing piece. Here is, let's see, the power, the wall wart for the charging station, which the unit will go out and vacuum for. If you're just doing that bounce around a house, it'll go for, goodness gracious, it seemed like forever. And then it comes back when it's done, and it goes back to the charging station. And then we have the vacuum itself. Now below the vacuum, we've got the charging base, which again, it will find its base and go back to that. We have an extra couple of, we've got the little filter and a little foam piece. We've got a little brush for cleaning things out and getting the hair and such out of the little brush on the bottom. And then it has two of the little sweeper brushes that come with it to replace. There's two on there, as you can see, but there's two that come in to replace that. So I'm going to just put this stuff back in the box and set this down, and we're going to look at the machine itself. Okay, so we have our little plastic bag here. Pop that open. Now this little vacuum does a really nice job on hard surfaces or very low pile carpeting. It will not work on in more depth or thicker carpeting. It just doesn't do a good job. If you have little area rugs in the room, and those are a little bit on the thicker side, it will have a difficult time getting up on top of those rugs. If you have, again, a hard surface, your flooring and such is a wood floor or something, this is absolutely fabulous because it will go around and basically sweep the pet hair and dust and different things, or in the case of summer, there's a lot of sand, it will go and deal with all that and clean it up very well. The power switch is over here somewhere, right here. We've got our power switch. It will charge. It goes in forward when it charges, and you can see our charging contact points right here. It will roll into the charger, and it will charge itself up. To clean the dustpan, you've got to push down on the back, and it just pops out. And here's where the couple of extra filters go in. It just kind of pops apart here. And this is the reservoir that will hold all the debris, and then you've got your first stage of filtering. And this is kind of sealed in, a little gasketing and such. So this is our first filter where the debris will get up against. Then we have a little piece of foam, which there's a second piece of foam in there. This can be washed with soap and water and has to be thoroughly dry. Then it has a little paper filter. Now this can't be washed, so when this is done, you get a new one once it's up. You can take it apart, you can kind of tap it or vacuum it out every once in a while to keep it a little bit clean and maybe extend its life. But once that filter is all caked up and such, it's time to let that one go. So I'm just going to get everything lined back up again. The little handles, I'm going to put and it just takes a little moment or so to make sure you have this all together, because each time you dump it, ideally you want to clean it. For sure, you've got to dust this side off and wipe it down, but you should really take it apart and kind of dust it each and every time, and if you can, vacuum it out with a shop vac, so that way it's good to go. And then that just snaps into the back when you're ready to go. On the bottom, now one of the things I like about some of the vacuums and I don't like about some of these robotic vacuums is the size of the vacuum port on the bottom. Some are only 4 inches wide. That means that it has to sweep all the garbage and such in, and it's only sucking in from about this wide. This isn't too bad. We're talking about a 6-inch, maybe a 6.5-inch wide on this particular one. And then there's some that are the whole width. And I prefer the wider vacuum spots, because then it's just sucking from a larger area, than the shorter spot, because this will be going around, and this bristle brush is only covering part of the floor. So it's never getting really close to the wall. Granted, these sweepers will pull things in, but it's never getting as close to the wall, especially on that carpet that we're using, as we would like. But as you can see, this pops out, and it can be easily cleaned and such if you are needing to clean that. One thing I would highly recommend is that you do pop this out probably like once a month after it's been run a half a dozen times, especially if you have pets and different things with hair, because it will get this, kind of plug this up, and you want to get that all cleaned out and such, so you don't have that problem. But you can go in here, you can set this in there, and then the cover snaps in, and you can see that there are 2 little orange clips right here. This is, you squeeze it to pop that out, and you can just snap it right back in, quick and easy, and very easily to maintain. Some you've got a couple of screws you've got to deal with, not so on this one. That's about it. It's really kind of self-contained with what it does. When it's charged up, we'll push the button, and we'll push it once to wake it up, second time to make it go, and off it goes. I can use a remote control and control it around the house and do its thing. Battery replacement, I haven't done that with one yet. I don't know, how difficult that is. That's something that will be a video that I'll have to check into later. But right now, this is running under $200 on Amazon, and it does a very similar job to a lot of the higher-end robot vacuums out there. They're in that $400 range, and it can, again, do a really nice job of keeping that hardwood floor clean. This is John Young with the Weekend Handyman, looking at the Eufy, E-U-F-Y, robotic vacuum cleaner.
For more tips and how-to videos, go to weekendhandyman.com.